Margaret, what was your high school guidance counselor like?
Gosh, I don't even know if I met with my high school guidance counselor. I can't remember. I mean, it didn't make an impression on me to the point where I can say who it even was. But the one person in high school that really believed in me was I had a high school theater teacher who would sign me up for open mic comedy nights when I was a really young teenager with my comedy partner at the time, who was Sam Rockwell, who's a very famous actor. So we were a comedy duo, and she would sign us up because we were too young to sign up. So she would call the club and put in our names, and then we would go. We were like 15, so young. But what an amazing vote of confidence. And it set me off on a career, and him too, I guess, for sure.
I think something happened to him, didn't it? I
He did
think there's a
very
little something there.
well.
Well, today she could get arrested for doing something like that, you know?
Yeah, it's very different. It's a very different time, but she was a young woman. She was like in her 20s, and she just saw such a energy in me and in Sam, and kind of gave us a lot of encouragement, and really tested us to, like, okay, why don't you challenge this by going and doing something at a nightclub? And so, and she was there to chaperone, to make sure it didn't get weird. So she was like the responsible adult throughout, but at the same time was giving us this idea of opportunity, which was really important.
How good were the two of you as a team? Were you good?
I don't really remember. I think we were just so young that people were just kind of like, what is going on? Who are these
What
kids?
is this, right?
What even is it? You could see there's footage of it on YouTube of some of our stuff that we would do. And so ridiculous and funny, but it's also like just trying things out. When you're a kid, that's sort of what high school is about.
I remember when you were the queen of ABC and when All American Girl came out, and that was going to be a big game changer. And now this year we hear about Everything Everywhere as a big game changer. Is it?
It is. It's great. It's really exciting. I want to see more Asian American participation in film and television, in arts in general. It's really exciting. I think, it's a long time coming for sure, but I'm so proud that we get to sort of see ourselves in film. And this film, Prom Pact, also features and centers on an Asian American woman who is forging a path. And, to me, that's really exciting.
Did you, when they approached you about this, did you say, well, I would be what? I mean, did you see that the guidance counselor would be your role?
Well, I was just offered the role, but I was really excited to do it. I wanted to work with Peyton again. I'd done her show Doogie last year, which I really was impressed by her acting, her ability, and her innovative genius when it comes to approaching these roles. And I was excited to work with her. And the role was written as a queer guidance counselor, which I thought was really interesting and really cool. So I really was excited to do it.
Did you talk with her at all about, the business? Did you give her any advice?
Oh, she doesn't need advice from me. She's doing great. She's like, so I was looking for advice for me because I think I learned so much from younger people on how the industry has changed and how things are really different. We're looking at social media differently, and they really have so much to offer to, like, somebody like me who's trying to learn about what new stuff is going on.
When this show makes a big deal about 80s films, what did you think when those 80s films were out? Did you say, oh my God, yeah, that's really great? Or were you looking at them and saying, they're really not showing the picture?
Well, I loved it because they were what we had, and I remember going to the first showing of Pretty in Pink at our local theater where I was growing up, and it was so exciting because you had just a film that was about being a teenager, which I think was just so great. And the coolest adult, which is Annie Potts, is great in the movie. And so I was really channeling Annie Potts in Prom Pact because I think that's kind of the right sort of like character that sort of mind matches.
Well, I hope this is the start of a lot of things for you because I miss you. I don't see you enough.
Yes, we need
We-
more of me.
It's the year of Margaret. I think that's what we
Yeah.
need to have, right?
I love
Thank
it.
you. Thank you so much.